Hello, everyone. Welcome in another lovely moment with Audrey, doing math, doing stuff that you love to do. All right, so I came upon this request. I know, I said we were going to work on logs and exponentials. I know I did. I know I said that. But here's the thing. There are some people that are taking their GEDs or they're taking their ASVABs or some of the things that's happening this weekend. So, with me being hopefully kind of heart and soul and mind and all that, I'm going to be working on complementary, supplementary, and vertical angles. Okay, so taking a look a little bit at the geometry that you will see in your GED, ASVAB, AccuPlacer. So really wanted to kind of hit on those just so you can make sure you be okay and you feel a little confident in what you are doing. So let me just do a quick adjustment. Let me see if I can zoom in because you definitely want to take a look at this formula section. So, complementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles that equals 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are two angles that equals 180 degrees. And they're also known as linear pairs, okay? And then the last one, which I couldn't put in the title because for some reason it just didn't fit. It's called vertical angles. So vertical angles, they're basically angles that kind of cross and they're right across from each other, forming a V. And those two angles are equal to each other. And they like to do a couple of things in the graphs of it, if I may say, that will kind of give you a little bit of algebra, but I will show you exactly what I am talking about. All right. So enough chit chat. Let's get it done. Let's go. All right. So we have different types of angles. So I'm going to see if I can shrink it out. So we have an angle measure. I want us to find the complement, and the way you find the complement, if they give you an angle, you're basically going to take 90 minus that angle. That's how you find the complement. To find its supplement, okay, the supplement, you're going to take 180 and minus that angle that they gave you. And then the vertical angle, that means the angle is going to be exactly the same. Okay, exactly the same. So let's take a look. So if I gave you an angle that was 43 degrees, so that means I want you to find the other angle for it to equal 90 degrees. So all you're doing is taking your 90 minus that 43 to figure out what will be the complement. So the complement of this would be 47 degrees because 47 plus 43 gives me 90. Okay, that's all we're doing. Oh, thanks, Lynette. Oh, sending me gifts. All right. So, if you need to find the complement, you want to get 90 degrees, okay? And you want to subtract whatever the given angle is. So, if I want to find the supplement, so that means supplement, because of S, I'm going to take that 180 and subtract by the angle that was given, which is 43. So 180 minus 43 will give me 137. So 137 degrees is going to be the supplement of this angle at 43 degrees. Now the last part, we want to get the vertical angle. So the vertical angle is going to be exactly the same as the given angle. So the given angle was 43, so the vertical angle is also going to be 43 degrees. Okay? So if you understand those concepts, you'll be able to get it so much quicker. Trust and believe. All right? So now, kind of flip the script a little bit. This time, I didn't give you the initial angle, but I gave you its complement. So if I know that one angle, if it's a complement, is 51, so that means I'm going to take my 90 minus the 51 to find the original angle, which is 39. So if I know that this 39, I'm not going to take the 51 to find the supplement. I'm going to use the angle that we found, which is the 39. I'm going to do 180 minus the 39 to find its supplement, which is 141. All right. And then the vertical angle is exactly the same as the angle that's being seen, which gives me 39 degrees. Okay. All right, good. All right, thank you. Thanks for the reminder. Yes, tap the screen if you are here. Hello, Erica. Is that Hun? And if it is, welcome on in. All right, so now this time, I gave you the supplement, okay? So if we know that one of the angles, yes, yeah, grab your daily orange. Did you grab your daily orange today? So if I know the supplement is 162, I can find the original angle by taking 180 minus my 162, which gives me 18. Okay, so the complement, you're going to subtract 90. The supplement, you're going to subtract 180. If you know one of the angles, you can find the other angle. So if I want to find the complement, I'm going to take my 90 minus my 18, because that's what we found. So the complement is going to be 72 degrees. And then the vertical angle is exactly the same as the original angle, which is 18 degrees, because they are equal to each other. All right. Then last but not least, we have our 13. So that means my vertical angle is also going to be 13. For some reason, I skipped a little step. All right. But for me to find my complement, it's going to be your 90 minus your 13, which gives us 77 degrees. And then for me to find the supplement, it's 180 minus my 13, which gives 167 degrees. Okay? So, if you can't remember which is going to be the complement, which is going to be the supplement, here is a simple, easy trick that I've learned. I did not invent this, okay? It's been passed on by generations and generations. So, complement begins with a C. So if I draw a C, and supplement begins with an S. I'm drawing my S. If I were to draw a line for the complement, if I drew a line straight down, it will give me a 9. So complement is like 90 degrees. Supplement starts with an S. If I drew a line for me to connect the two ends, look, it looks like an 8. So supplementary is 180 degrees. Okay, so complement, two angles add up to give me 90. Supplementary, two angles add up to give me 180. And then the vertical angles are exactly the same. Okay, so vertical angles, looks like you have a big cross. That means this angle and this angle. These two angles or these two angles are called vertical angles. They form a V and they're directly across from each other. So, the reason why I'm showing this, I know, Sandra. Like some people, like, well, duh, that's, But a lot of people don't know this. So, hey, you have your 2 cents. Everyone else has others. The reason why is sometimes you'll get problems like this. Okay, so you have your 5x minus 8 degrees. That's representing this part of the angle. And the 43 degrees is representing this part of the angle. So, just by the looks of it, I'm given this little box. Anytime I see that box, that means this is a 90-degree angle. So if it's a 90-degree angle, is it going to be complementary or is it going to be supplementary? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay. Hey, Pog. Okay, Pog saying it's complementary. Okay. Landy, Daniel, Detroit Milkman, how are you? Okay. So anytime it gives me 90 degrees, it is complementary. So that means if I add these two angles up, it's going to equal 90 degrees. So let me do that. So we have 5x minus 8 plus 43 equals 90. This is how you will set it up. Okay, that's exactly what you would do to set it up. You're adding your two angles that they're giving you, and it's going to equal 90 degrees. So now I have my -8 and my 43 on the same side of the equal side. So I can combine these two. So that means I have 5x and -8 plus 43. That gives me a positive 35. And it's going to equal 90. All right. So some people are telling me it's 11. Let's see. Okay. So now I need to subtract my 35 on both sides because I want to isolate my variable. So 90 minus 35, that gives me 55. So I have 5x is equal to 55. So in order for me to get x by itself, I have to divide both sides by 5. And that means I'll have x is equal to 11. Okay, so anytime I see that box, that means 90 degrees. Okay, and it will be supplementary. Good. Now, let me shift it over. So now we have what's called a linear pair. We have two angles adjacent or next to each other that forms a straight line. So that means this angle plus this angle will equal what? Okay, so it's not complementary. There you go, Bill. I think the complementary went with the other one. All right, good. All right. Zazu. And then NY Sweets. Good, good. All right. So if it equals 180 degrees, okay, so if this is giving me 180 degrees, is it complementary or supplementary? Yeah, teen, good job. Is it complementary or supplementary? You can just say C for complementary and S for supplementary. You don't have to write the whole thing out. Okay, so I got S, S, S. Good. So, supplementary angles, anything that's going to form a straight line, linear pairs are going to be supplementary. So if I need to set up this equation, so basically I have 149 plus 13x plus 5 equals 180 degrees. Okay, so that's how you would set up your equation. So we have like terms. My 49 and my 5, they're like terms. They can be combined. So that will give me 13x plus 154. And it's going to equal 180. So if I subtract my 154 on both sides, I will have 13x, because that's coming down, equals 26. And let me take a look. What's x going to equal? What will x equal? Go ahead and put that. Okay. Thank you, lovely dimples. So I see 2, I see 2, I see 2, I see 2. Yes, it is 2. Because if I divide both sides by 13, I will get x equals 2. Okay? Do you see how to set it up? Okay, if it's giving me a straight line like this, it equals 180 degrees. If it's giving me this little box, that means it's equaling 90 degrees. And you're going to add those two sections up, and then you're going to show your skills of how to solve for the variable. Okay, that's basically what we're doing. All right, so if this is helping you out, or if it's like a nice little refresher, because before you know it, guys, final exams are coming up. There are tests that you're trying to take for your GED or for ASVAB or Accuplacer. That's coming up, and this is definitely in those questions. As I said, I tried to hit on those 4-point questions, the ones that most people miss. So then when it's time for you to take that test, you're like, okay, I know how to do it. You do it, you get the right answer. Remember, GED, not all the questions are valued exactly the same. You're going to have 1-point questions, 2-point, 3-point, up to 4-point questions. And these are considered 4-point questions. Okay? Are these on the SAT? Yes. Now, is it blunt like this? No. What they do in the SATs, they'll take a question like this and they'll have you think outside the box. That's what the SAT does. Now, the ACTs, you will see a question like this. Because the ACTs, a lot of that math looks just like what you will see in the classroom. So that's why some people are like, oh, well, I'll take the SATs and all this stuff. But like, dude, if math is not your thing, I'm going to be truthful. You should be taking the ACTs and then definitely take a look at, what the college that you want to attend, if they do take the ACTs or the SATs. Because there are some schools that do not take the SATs anymore. A lot of the Ivy League schools went back to the SATs. And then the SATs is different now. They're going to be a digital version now. I know, it's all kinds of fun. See the top? Okay. Yeah. So they are in there, but it's just worded differently. Okay. All right. So I didn't want to tape them in right away, but since I got some space down here, let's put it up here. So while I set these other ones up, go ahead and just do a little mad tap. And I'm going to set up 2 more equations for you guys to do. And then we're going to check our answers. Because that's what we are doing. And hey, thanks for stopping by. I know it's midday for some people. Some people, this is their lunch break and you want to spend time with me doing math. Hey, you're crazy like I am. No, I'm kidding. All right, so I'm going to do 1, and I'm going to slide this one in here as well. Yeah. Because Lynette, you'll be proud of me. I was copying my notes. I got my list of stuff to do, and I got interviewed by the Baltimore Sun again. Guess your girl's starting to get popular. So it'll be funny if all of a sudden I become the new Tim Tootin. That will be something to manifest. And if you're from Maryland, you know. You know if you know. Okay. All right. Perfection. To the most part. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on each one. I want you to hold your questions or your answers until the end. I know. You just like, I got an answer and I just want to plug it in. All right, congratulations. But type it, but don't hit send until I tell you. Okay? So I want you to answer this question right here. And I'll give you like a couple minutes. Tall Texan chick. Okay, don't put your, okay, let's try this again. Ready? Do not put your answers in until I tell you. Do not. You can type it, but do not hit send. Come on, tall girls unite. I know. It's excited. Okay. Thank you. All right. We all got to do it. Because I'd rather give some people some time to kind of get it. Not everybody is Speedy Gonzalez. No? Jose. Da baby. Hold your answers. Do not put your answers in. Hold it. Woo. Okay. Thank you, Jose. I know when people see it, they're like, yeah, I know the answer. All right. I love the intelligence. Do not let anyone hold your shine. But just for right now, I like to give some people some time for them to process. Because remember, everyone doesn't know how to process exactly the same. I know there is, if this is too slow and you're like, Audrey, you're way too slow for, please. And like, don't worry about it. There's other people that are like a quicker pace. For me, I just like to take it on it. All right. Okay. Now, Edward pronounced Sydney. You're hilarious. Okay, put your answers in. Don't just copy anyone else's answers. Put your answers in. It's like, I already did it. I know. Okay, put your answers in. Let's see. Okay, Runaway Sisters has 6. We got like a lot of 5s and 5s and C's and 5s and C's, CC's and 5s and 5s. All right. Okay. I can figure it out by looking at it. Okay, Willie G, this is one thing I'm going to have to tell you. Since we know this is 90, the one thing about geometry, do not go by your eyes. That's the one thing about geometry. Geometry is all about proofing. Like, yeah, you're like, oh, it looks like a 90-degree angle. Don't do it. Because they'll always have something that will say on the paper, not drawn to scale. If you ever see this phrase on any of your stuff, it looks like a 90 degrees, but guess what? It could be something like 128. And you're like, wait, that doesn't look like 128. Boom. Anytime they have this phrase, not drawn to scale on there, you can't use your eyes. I just want to give you guys a fair warning. Okay? All right. Awesome. Okay, so since we have our 90 degrees, they gave us this information. That means it's going to equal 90 and it's going to be complementary. Fabulous. Then you had your 3x plus 3 plus 72 is equal to 90. So then you combined your like terms, which was on the same side. You had your 3x plus your 75 is equal to 90. Then you subtracted your 75 from both sides. So then you had your 3x is equal to our 15, positive 15. So divide by 3, so that means x was equal to 5. Okay, awesome. All right, so now, doing the same thing, hold your answers. Good job. Oh, thanks for the follow, guys. Thank you. If you know of anyone else that you think they're thinking about getting their GED, acuplacer, ASVAT, this is on there, okay? This is basically like a 4-point question on the GED, all right? So if you know it, send it out to these people. So again, hold your answers. Go ahead and work it out, but hold your answers. Hold it like a well-kept secret. So Jake, we're going to hold on our answers. So we're working individually. I think you probably just got here. Okay. So Jan, the acuplacer, are you taking the acuplacer or you're wondering what is the acuplacer? I'm so glad you love it. Oh, you will be taking it. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Jake. That was for the other one. Oh, okay. I thought it was for this one. My apologies, Jake. Okay, so you're taking the GED? Okay, good. Oscar, how are you? Get some understanding? All right, Grandbaba. Well, welcome in. Okay, not a problem, Tony. Hey. Okay, this fall. Okay, perfect. Well, welcome in. Yeah, because I definitely work on the algebra piece. And if you There are a couple people that you could follow for the nursing. One is a blessed RN, and she does a lot with the dosage. And then also my friend from Impact Math 19, Miss Evelyn, she comes on probably in the next like 27 minutes. So by the time I'm done, you can probably jump on hers, and she does a lot of practice as well. Okay, so yeah, welcome in. I'm usually like all this other stuff, so I'm starting to get a lot of nurse people. All right, the waiting is over. Tell me your answers. Not a problem. Okay, give me your answers. Math and language arts section of that to take them. Okay. All right, good. I was like, my suggestion, take the English one first. So then you'll be perfectly fine with that. All right. So we have 10.5 degrees. We have 10.5 degrees. We have 21 halves. It is supplementary. Good. All right. Erica, you taking the GED too? All right. Awesome. I'm telling you, I'm very proud of you guys going after the GED. Trust me, I'm really proud of you. And I know it's been a minute since you've seen some of this math. And even when the first time you saw the math, you were just like, my teacher is speaking a foreign language, which he is. Okay. Because math is his own language. Yes, no problem. Okay, so I will be here. I'll be here during the summer as well, helping out, and I also do tutoring if we need to do private tutoring. And remember, we can always put a study group together. Maybe we might do a GED study group. Think about it. Okay. All right. So we have two angles, a linear pair, giving me a straight line. So that means it's going to be supplementary. All right. So that means we have our 15x minus 12 plus 5x minus 18, and that's going to equal 180 degrees. All right. So we have like terms, 15x and 5x. That will give me 20x. And then negative 12 and a negative 18, they're both on the same side. So 18 and 12, we're going to keep that negative, and it's going to be 30. And it's going to equal our 180. All right. I am not. There's so many state tests out there. And it's probably the same math concepts. It's just probably a different title. Okay. All right, so now we're going to add the 30. Okay, so when we add the 30, negative 30 and plus 30 will cancel out, leaving me with 20x on that side. And this will be 210 on that side. So with my 210 divided by my 20, well, both of them ends in 0, so it could be 21 divided by 2 if we really be technical with it. And that will give me x is going to equal to 10.5 or 10 and a half, or who was the other one? 21 halves, I think was the other one that someone had. Okay, we got a nice little combination, but we can deal with the decimal here, that 10.5. Okay. All right, awesome. So yes, please, if you want to, follow me. I also have a YouTube channel. I tried to put my lives on there. I tried to do last night's live. I left it and it was still uploading. And I went to the gym 4 hours later, came back, and it was still uploading. So I don't know. We're going to figure something out. Okay. Ruth, how are you, my love? How are things going? All right. So, if anything, let's see if we can add a couple more. So, that was that. Here we go. I'm going to slide it over. What's my YouTube channel? Let me put it in the chat. That's what I was doing. It's really my name, because I'm conceited. It's Audrey Codner, ACG Math Tutoring. Okay. So just in case you can't remember the name, and here's my thing. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Everyone's freaking out if we're going to have it, if we're not going to have it. Like, dude, I can't anymore. I'm just stop touring with my emotions. So if anything ever goes awry, go to the YouTube channel. I will go live there. So you don't have to worry about gifts and all this other stuff. We could just sit, nerd out on some math, and just get you guys whatever you need to get done so you can live the life that you want to live, right? No more waiting for other people to give you stuff. You can just take it because it's yours to take. The good Lord provided for you, babies. Come on. All right. So let me tape this. Wow, that was a long piece of tape. In for you. So now we're going to look a little bit more into those vertical angles. Sorry. Major zoom. Okay. All right. So now we got a couple situations going on here. We need to figure out what angle 1 is, what angle 2 is, what angle 3 is, and this is helping us. Okay? We have this right angle right here. So if this is 90 degrees, that means the other side, which angle 1 and angle 2, they're also 90 degrees. So we got, for angle 1 and angle 2, we have complementary angles. Okay? Let me put this underneath my page for a second. There we go. So much better. All right. So, but they're telling me something about this 37. Notice 37 basically shows me my angle is shaped like a V. So that means the angle directly across from it, that's also shaped like a V. So that means angle 32 and angle 2 are exactly the same. This is going to be 37 degrees. And the reason why angle 2 is 37 degrees, because they are vertical angles. Okay, good. All right, band in 24 hours. Woo, let's do it. Let's go back to the band parties. Never know, I might come on. Well, it depends. I'm supposed to get my hair done, so we'll see. All right, so if angle 2 is 37 degrees, what is angle 1? If they're supposed to be complementary, what is the measure of angle 1? Way to celebrate royalty. I see that. Yes, yes, yes. Is that luminosity? I think that's what it spells. Yes, just have to do that. Now be careful with your subtraction M. Be careful. Okay, there you go. All right. Hey, EM is in here too. Good job, guys. Love it. This is 53 degrees. Okay, so that's a measure of angle 1. That's what these symbols are stating. M with an angle. So it says measure of angle 1. This is the measure of angle 2. Now, the measure of angle 3. Huh. And I know sometimes looking at the whole entire thing makes us crazy. So let me kind of gear it to right here. What kind of angles is this 37 and angle 3? What kind of angles are these? Nice, princess. True. There you go. I like that. If you do forget about the vertical angles, you could do that. Yes. Yes, they're supplementary. They are supplementary. They are giving me a straight line, which someone did mention, it's going to equal 180 degrees. So if we know both of them, the sum is supposed to be 180, and we know one of them is 37, let's do that subtraction, and we get 143. Hey, Blake, how are you? So 143 degrees. Okay, good. All right. Well, then let me not hold you guys back. Shoot, let me give you the next problem. See, I'm holding y'all back. Like, we gotta get this. We gotta get this. Oops. Got a little crazy with that tape right there. I like to put them in ahead of time, but sometimes I just don't know how much room I will actually need until I work with you guys. And I don't want to waste. This is a lot quicker than me actually drawing these items out. All right. So, it's a little overwhelming altogether. Makes it so much easier. Yes. Are you a math teacher? So what? I used to, Juju, I used to be a classroom teacher. Now I'm an online math tutor, and I tutor everywhere. I'm like everywhere. I'm in Alaska, California, Washington State, Florida, Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, both Carolinas, Georgia, Massachusetts, I think I said, Pennsylvania, I think I said, Maine. I was in Vermont at one time. Where else? I used to be at Cairo, Egypt, and Nairobi, Kenya, but they graduated. They did awesome. So here we go. Can't keep them forever. And Maryland. I'm not even sure if I even said Maryland, because that's where I'm stationed at. Yep, all those states. Your girl is a very tired woman, but I do it because I just love to teach. I love to break down. I just couldn't take the classroom anymore. It was killing me. Okay. So I'm not going to hold you back. I'm just kind of curious to see what you guys will get from this problem. Tell me what angles 1, 2, 3, and 4 are. Do it all together. So basically, hold your answers. Hold it like a secret. Hold it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kat. I appreciate the gifts. So lovely. Okay. All right, Bella, hold it like a secret. Don't be a snitch. Sorry. Okay, hold your answers, my babies. Hold your answers. Work it out so we won't have 60 million two conversations, and then you can put it all in one answer. It'll be a lot easier for me to kind of grade it. All right. Oh, well, congratulations. Awesome. If you're ever thinking about tutoring, I also am a tutor mentor. And it's just one thing that I always like to say, you'll have all that knowledge, but when it comes to tutoring kids or young adults, 1, treat them with respect, and 2, give them time to process. You have to give them time to process. You can have all the knowledge in the world. If they don't understand what you're talking about, your knowledge is useless. Okay? All right. Right now in study hall. All right. She's like, I'm doing this in study hall. Awesome. Okay. A while ago, Loki forgot how to find 1 and 3. Okay. All right, we're about to go over it. All right, hold on. Man, I would love to have you guys in class. The answer is this. The answer is that. I'm like, yo, chill. Usually I would just give the look. I wouldn't even yell like that. I would just give you the look. You know, that look. Everyone knows the look. Mega Credit Repair. How are you? Do you teach Algebra 2 also? Yes, I do, Jose. Yes, I do, boo. That's my jam. Love Algebra 2. All right. Now, put all your... You see how Nini does it? She put all her answers in one thing. What you studied from college? I actually studied psychology. Math wasn't my thing. Oh, you wish you had my math brain? Oh, dear heart. I used to suck at math. I don't even know how I became a math teacher. I really don't know how it happened, but it just did. Okay, good. No problem. Yeah, I was terrible at math. Fractions, nope. Word problems, nope. And it just took a lady. I was working as a instructional assistant for special ed kids. And this lady just said, fractions is nothing but division. And I don't know why. That just opened my whole entire world up. I was like, wait, and then I could do this and I could do that. So yeah, it was like, did I learn on my own? I mean, with me jumping from class to class and had to learn to teach other people how to do things. And there's this one school that I worked at, and the math teacher literally walked in the door, opened up his newspaper, put his feet on the desk, and that was it. And I just lost my mind one day, and I just said, screw it. If anybody want to learn, come with me. We're going to the conference room. And that was the very first thing that I taught was slope, rate of change. And I was like, okay. Then I went to the department chair, and she was like, yeah, you can definitely teach. And she had me teach her class. And then, like I was saying, that's how I became addicted. A week later, I went into school, community college, and got all my credits in 1 year. Yes, I did travel to multiple college campuses, and I put a lot of miles on my car because I was like, I really want to do this. All right, let's take a look. I'm loving it. All right. Yes. As a bio major? Oh, okay. All right. So here, let's take a look. So for this angle of 33 degrees and angle 2, they're vertical angles. They're going right across from each other. So that means angle 2 is 33 degrees. Now, if I may, I can do it like this. I can cover this up. I know that this angle here is 59. This angle here is 33. 1, 2, 3. These 3 angles should equal how many degrees? You can put it in the chat. How many degrees? Just add it and it has to equal what, lovely? Just add it and it has to equal what? Good. 180, 180, 180, 180, 180. I love it. Okay? So that means if you have your 59, right? Just like Lovely says, add them together plus the 33, that would give me 92. So if I take my 180 and I subtract by that 92, I would get 88 degrees. And I think someone asked me, is it 88 degrees? Yes, it is. All right, so 88 plus 33 plus 59 should give me 180 degrees. So now, that's how someone asked, I don't remember how I found 1 and 3. That's how I found 3, okay? before my ACT. I know. It's okay. Now, if you have to take it again, you know where to go. All right. So now, angle 3 and angle 1, they're vertical angles. So you got your 88 for 1. And then this 59 degrees and angle 4, they're vertical angles. So this is 59. And make sure you have your degree symbols as well. So this is 88, this is 88, and this is 59. Okay. Yep, and just plug them all in. Yes. So vertical angles are congruent. Okay. In this case, if I wanted to say angles 1, this angle 33, and this angle 4, there are supplementary. Okay, they're supplementary because they equal 180 degrees because they form a straight line. Okay. All right, how are we feeling? Okay, much love. Go ahead, tap, check in by clicking the orange heart if you want to. Remember, that's like a free goodie. I don't know. All right, so, and let me do, I think I got time for one more. One, maybe two. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to tape this bad boy in. I know originally today I was supposed to do exponential and logarithmic. Are you guys anywhere near that? Because if not, I think you guys are a little behind. Or are you guys past that? For people that are still in school. What was my favorite math class? I really wasn't a lover of math. I really wasn't. But as a teacher, I actually loved and appreciated my Algebra 2 class. But then I used to, because I was a rebel, on Fridays, like say today, I would teach personal finance. So I would say it's Finance Fridays. Like, yeah, we'll just hit hard on all the concepts that we have to do. But then on Fridays, I'm like, all right, it's time for you guys. Let's have a real discussion. Let's have real talks. And we'll talk about credit cards. We will talk about insurance. I would have my kids research like apartments and cars and all that. Yeah, everything got more difficult after that. True. So, yeah, that's the one thing I love doing. Because you'll be shocked and surprised how many kids would say, I'm not sure if he was kidding, and I don't think he was, when he said that, oh, the first year of a baby, because I did that as well, the amount of money that you need to raise a child in his first year is only $8,000. I'm like, what the hell? What? And there's so many times like people were just like saying that they were giving, when it came to tax time, they would give their mother-in-laws, air quotes, money so the mother-in-law can use their child as a dependent. And I was like, say what? Why are you having somebody else using your child for a dependent and you have a job? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh no, that's your money. And do you get a cut? And she's like, no. I'm like, no. I know her mother-in-law was really upset with me that year. Don't care. Get your money, girl. All right. I did pre-calculus in 10th grade, and that was the last relatively easy year of math for me. Yeah. Because once you get past pre-calc and then you start getting into calc, I think calc BC, then calc AB and AP calculus, yeah, you can have fun with that. If you need help with any of that, I got a guy. It's just not me. All right, so let me see if I can angle this a lot better because my sun is shifting. All right, so tell me what X is. Tell me what the measure of angle 1 is. Okay. Okay, good. So what is X and what is the measure of angle 1? Did I get it correct? Okay, where are you? Did you get it correct? I didn't see your initial answer. Okay, can you put your answer back in? Because I don't see it. I just see, did I get it correct? Okay. All right, so what is 51/3? Oh, from the previous one, the 83, it's not 83, it's 88. Okay, so it'll be 88. That was for the previous answer, as I'm saying that. Okay, all right, so you got 17. We got 17 for our X. Oh, wait, what? What happened? So many stars. Okay. 47.6, not 47.6. Okay, 18.55, not 18.55. So we got 1783. Oh, you mean for this problem? Got you. Okay, got it now. Yes. Okay. Hey, Michael. What we got? All right. And I got 17 and a 97. Okay, I'm getting a lot of different answers. So let's see. So first thing, we have vertical angles. Vertical angles are equal to each other. And this is when these get a little hairy. They always have something like this on here. Okay, so just keep an eye, look out on that. So let me raise up a bit. Since they're equal to each other, so that means I'm going to have 6x minus 19 is going to equal 3x plus 32. So the one thing that's hard about this is you got a variable on both sides, okay? It's doable, okay? So it's definitely doable. So yes, we're going to put our x's on one side of the equal sign and then our constants on the other. So let's say I want to subtract my 3x. Say I just want to keep it on the left side. So 3x minus 3x, they cancel out. Then over here we have 6x minus 3x. So that gives me 3x. Bring down the 19. Bring down the 32. So now I want to isolate my 3x, okay? So I want to add my 19. So if you're asking, hey, Audrey, is there a way that I can subtract the 6x and get the same answer? Yes, Okay, you just have to make a decision on what side do you want your x's on. Okay, but it has to be on the same side. So you have negative 19 and positive 19. They cancel out. So now I have my 3x. That's 51. Now I want to divide both sides by 3 because I'm trying to isolate my x. I want to get my x by itself. So you're not dividing by 3x, you're just dividing by 3. So now you got your 51 divided by 3, x is 17. So we got this part. Okay. All right. So anytime you have vertical angles like this, set them equal to each other. Then you want to move your x's to one side, solve, move your constants to the other side, solve, and then you're probably going to be dividing in order to get your x. But here's the thing, we're not done. Okay? 17 is my x value. It's not the measure of that angle or this angle. We only solved what x represents. So we got to plug it back in to one of these two equations, okay, for us to figure out what the measure of this angle is. Then you're going to subtract by 180. Okay, makes sense a little bit? So, sometimes I know, sorry. Sometimes they're like, are you still on? Yeah, I'm still on. Do you not hear me talking? Okay, so let's say we take this 3x, right? So instead of an x, I'm going to put a 17 plus 32. So I'm trying to find the measure of this angle. So we do 3 times 17. So that, again, gives us our 51. So 51 plus 32. Okay, that gives me what, 83? All right. So the 83 is basically the measure of this angle. Okay, and also the measure of this angle. So if I want, I can cover this up. Now I can see that we have a linear pair. We have supplementary angles. So I need to take that 180 minus 83. Okay, so now you got your 180 minus your 83. That's going to give you 97. That's the measure of angle 1. Okay, does that make sense now? I see that the angles are supplementary. So we already did that part, John. Where were you? We did that in the very beginning. You have linear pairs. We already did all of that, showing that the supplementary, the complementaries, we did the supplement, the complement, also the vertical angle. You missed it. Coming in at 2 something. Okay. All right. How are we feeling now? Okay. How are we feeling now? Okay. This is awesome. Good. All right. Okay. All right. So we don't do 360 instead of 180. We don't have to do 360 because that's going to be the whole entire thing. But if we know parts, we can figure out the whole. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So we don't, I mean, you can if you want to, but yeah, I would do it with the 180. All right. Okay. So, anyone have any questions? We're good? Okay. So, that's basically complementary. Okay, complementary, supplementary angles. Let me take this bad boy down for a second. So, and also vertical angles. So remember, complementary, oops, right here. Okay, two angles that equals 90 degrees. Okay, they're adjacent to each other. We have the supplementary angles that form anything forming that straight line or that's a linear pair. They're supplementary, and vertical angles, which is giving me the angle measure. Now, if you understand that, remember complementary. If you draw a C and you draw a line through it, it gave you a 9. Complementary. If you draw an S, because supplementary begins with an S, you draw a line, it gives you an 8, 180. So these little tricks and tips will kind of help you out as you're breaking concepts down. All right. So if you love my notebook, if you like how it's kind of somewhat organized, taking a look at all these other things, I also sell my notebooks on Amazon. In addition to this, I also have my factor sheet, which goes from 1 to 200. All right. Also, some of the rules and regulations that most of us always forget. Order of operations. Okay, we're talking a little bit of linear and quadratic, as also the looking at volume and surface area. I know some of you guys are on that. I actually did some videos. We're talking about, I think, rectangular prism, and I think I did cylinder and cones, because that was done during Pi Day. Then we had the Pythagorean theorem, SOHCAHTOA, as well as the unit circle. All right. And then also I'd like to put some brain breaks in there. And if you like these and you would love to have one, hey, go to my profile, go to my website, and you'll see Ultimate Math Notebook. There is one that is this one for 7th through adults, and then I have another one from 4th through 6th. And if you want, you like these, we're going to be talking about this. If I have time tonight, I might jump on before they take TikTok off. But if not, if they do ever shut down TikTok for more than, I don't know, 10 minutes, you guys can definitely find me tomorrow on YouTube. So go to my YouTube channel, ACG Math Tutoring. And if you do not mind, if you like that, this is also almost a form of tutoring. If you can do a Google review, okay, I would greatly appreciate that. I really want to reach my goal of 100 before the next school year, so I can get some more students that, will help me pay for stuff. And stuff is like, I don't know, basic living wage, right? So if you can do a Google review and just go to ACG Math Tutoring, I would greatly appreciate that. Or go to my YouTube channel, which is Audrey Codner, ACG Math Tutoring. And then I would have to figure out my schedule because I'm getting more and more of you guys. So if you love the tutoring, that'll be awesome. Is a unit circle hard? It's not, but it is going to take you some time, okay? You really have to understand going from degrees to radians, and just basically understanding if you can get the Pythagorean theorem down to get the coordinates, you'll be fine. Okay? All right. Can you do calculus 3 change of variables? No, I cannot. I could, but not right now. Okay? It's fun. Thank you. Not a problem. All right? So if you want to still do some math, you can definitely go see my friend at Impact Math. All right. Just go see her right now. She's on Impact Math 19. And she's probably doing some additional math stuff to get people ready for either GED or Accuplacer, sometimes ASVAT. So I'm not sure which one she's doing today, but definitely follow her. If you have young kids and you want them to learn how to do math, I have my friend Lynette. She was here. I'm not sure if she's here anymore, but definitely check out Learning with Lynette. She's awesome. She does math with the abacus. Okay, not too many people are doing that. Okay, definitely take a look at her. Impact. Oops, repeating myself. Another person. This is about Impact Math 19. I like to plug people that I really enjoy what they're doing, how they're doing things. And if you are thinking about going into nursing, so you can try to reach out to a Blessed RN. She actually has this way of breaking down concepts to help with dosage. And you know, that's vital. So, yeah, you don't want to screw that up. No, okay? We do not want to kill anyone. So, used to use the abacus. I don't know how to spell. That's fine. No, that's it. I'm definitely interested in using it. Yeah, definitely check her out because she's has like a couple of books on Amazon as well, and she's always on here. She talks about me, but she is always on here. I think she goes on here like maybe 2, sometimes 3 times a day, and she's just breaking down the concepts of the abacus. So definitely check her out and follow her. You have to sub to watch. You have to subscribe to watch her now? Oh, she changed it? Oh. Look at her being fancy. Yeah, everyone, because I know things are getting tight. Because I know it takes a lot, but so far, I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. So you'll be all right. And didn't have to subscribe? Okay. All right. I don't know. Give it a try. And if I do find, there is a person that does ASVAT. I wish I could remember his name. If I can remember his name, that I'll definitely share that during the next live. All right. Could be certain streams. True. Could be certain streams. All right. Any other questions for me? I love that there's 21 people here, but I have to go and tutor, like in 1 minute. This is what I do. But if you do need assistance and you're really like, you know what, I would love for us to get like some kind of group together, I'm more than willing to do that. But you have to let me know, guys. Like I don't want to just keep setting things up and then no one shows up or wants it. You just tell me what you need, and I'll see if I can do it. All right, so, and if you need a tutor, just go to my, all right, good. Okay, definitely, yes. Reach out to me, message me, if you have any questions, if you're interested into the GED, if we want to get a group together, we can get a group together separately. If it is for ASVAT, we can do that as well. Or if you want to do Accuplacer, you can do that as well. Okay? All right. Bye, Michael. I know, do another one, but I'm not. Okay, gotta go. All right, take care. Love you guys.